It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We made it again to the end of the work week. It's been another overall dry week in the Ozarks, but a few lucky folks got some rain showers overnight. Just over 1/10 of an inch reported primarily in our northern counties. It's not much, but we will take what we can get because a new drought monitor was released yesterday, and it shows that drought conditions have once again worsened across the Ozarks. Unfortunately, there's no rain in this forecast as we wrap up the work week and head into the weekend. That's maybe good news for some of you as we are now in the weekend. It'll be a great one to get outdoors. Afternoon plans outdoors this weekend are a go. Should be lovely weather conditions for the pumpkin patch, whatever fall activities you have planned. Nice evening for Friday night football, and temperatures this morning are quite mild. We are waking up in the 60s this morning, low 60s. And once again, we'll see high temperatures in the upper 70s. And there could be a few folks that hit 80 degrees. That will primarily be down in northern Arkansas. It's a nice Friday that we have on tap, though, so enjoy it. It's a great way to end the work week forecast. A little bit of cloud cover out there this morning. I expect that will go away. We will be left with full sunshine for the rest of the afternoon. And I've got sunny skies in the forecast for you all weekend long. It will be a nice weekend to get outside, but an early heads up for you. Early next week, we've been seeing these temperatures that are just way above average for this time of year. Well, that's in the forecast for early next week too, primarily on Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures yesterday, as you know, were in the upper 80s. Record temperatures yesterday. We could be close to records again by Monday and Tuesday. So the slight cool down I have for the weekend with highs back to the 70s, it doesn't last long. We'll be in the 80s again early next week. This is nearly 15 degrees above average, and it comes with some very gusty winds. So potentially early next week, we could see winds gusting to 40 miles an hour, and that will lead to some significant fire danger for the Ozarks. So a big heads up for you there. High temperatures over the weekend will be landing in the 70s each day. Tomorrow, I have 73 on Saturday with full sunshine. That's a nice Saturday in the Ozarks. We have upper 70s in the forecast on Sunday, again with the mostly sunny skies, and then temperatures get closer to 80 for Monday of next week. It will also come with a south wind of nearly 40 miles an hour. Around the country, what's making headlines? It's these near record high temperatures. They're expanding all the way from the southern plains. The northern tier of the country has been seeing this above average trend. Yeah, that's now sinking south into the lower Mississippi Valley and even all the way to the central Gulf Coast. Our friends down south are now getting in on some of the above average fall time heat. We also have pretty quiet weather across the country, tranquil weather, nothing huge, no major storm systems on tap. So anyone with some, work travel or anything like that across the country, it looks pretty quiet across the area this weekend. That may not be the case by the end of next weekend. Close to the Halloween timeframe and to the first week of November, it looks much more active across the country and potentially in the tropics too. So that's something that I'm keeping my eyes on and that you'll certainly be hearing about in the national news headlines as we get a little bit closer to the weekend forecast. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. The question yesterday has to do with all those skeletons you're seeing on the front porch everywhere. How many bones are in the average human skeleton? And the options that I gave you were 156, 178, 206, or 365. Well, yes, it can vary person to person, but on average, the adult human skeleton has about 206 individual bones. That is a lot to memorize. The average is 206, but the number can vary from person to person, and all of us are born with more than that. Newborns, in fact, are born with around 270 to 300 bones. They fuse together as they grow, which is why our number is lower. Babies actually have more. I always thought that was opposite because they say the nose is just cartilage and stuff, but babies actually have more individual bones that fuse together. which gives us less as adults. Variations can vary person to person due to all sorts of differences. You can have a different number of ribs or vertebrae, fewer digits than usual. All sorts of things can happen upon development. So, kind of interesting. Bones, of course, are made up of connective tissue, calcium, and specialized bone cells. They also contain bone marrow, where our blood cells are produced. I wonder if that's better if you have more bones. I don't know. Anyway, 206. Congrats. If C was your answer, you are entered to win $20 to the Pitch Pizza and Pub. All right, here's the question that I'll have the answer for you on Monday morning. Which U.S. president told a group of school kids that the White House was haunted by the ghost of Abraham Lincoln? Yes, one of them is on record doing that. Do you think it was A, John F. Kennedy, B, Richard Nixon, C, George H.W. Bush, or D, Donald Trump? Let me know your thoughts. You can take your guess at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for listening on this Friday morning. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I can't wait to talk to you again on Monday morning. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Have a great one.